It looks good.
Okay.
You can if you want it. Hey,
Okay.
great Tuesday evening. It is uh interesting type of Tuesday evening in the city of Brownsville. And I say it's an interesting evening in the city of Brownsville because we were all present there at PUB tonight, and that you could cut the tension with a knife. One of the things, and just before we go in, one of the things that I spoke a little bit about it at the meeting. One of the things that really surprised me more than anything else was the level of security that was out there, folks. I have
Oh yeah.
never, ever seen so many security officers, so many Brownsville Police Department. There were four officers there. Four.
There was two in
Are
the
you, are
car.
you
There was
including
two
the ones that
cars.
were outside in their
That's
cars?
what I was gonna say. When
Two
I
in the
left,
car
there were two cars out there just
Uh-huh.
parked.
and two inside. I mean, I don't know what these people expected or thought, that was going to happen. But all the time that we were there, I could feel the eyes of the security officers just looking at straight at us,
Oh.
and I'm going like, you're not gonna ride in here, bro.
I
But
think they thought they were gonna get mobbed or something.
well,
Maybe.
I will say this much. I actually thought that we'd have a lot more presence there. But I think what happens is, and a lot of people make mention of this, is the time that these meetings, are held at. Most people are getting out of work at 5 o'clock.
Hmm.
So I understand a lot of folks' frustration. One of the things, and we'll talk a lot about what happened. A friend of mine just posted, uh, and a great friend of mine, he posted on one of Frankie's posts. He says, "Well, for 1,500, 150,000 people, you know, you got 20 people out there protesting." He goes, "Nothing is ever going to change in the city of Brownsville." And my response to him was, the problem, it's just people don't know any better. And I think one of the things that is very indicative, besides being the poorest area in the nation, we are the fourth least educated, and I would dare say that its numbers even higher than that. But our people here have been so undereducated. They've been made to believe that they have no rights,
Right.
that they have to grin and bear it, that you know take it and be happy with it, and whatever we give you is great for you. And I think that is one of the things that I think that this audit showed, that just because uh, it glitters doesn't mean it's gold. And there were so many promises made on the audit. There was a lot of expectations that a lot of people were made to believe,
Mhm.
and absolutely nothing came into fruition. So how did y'all feel it tonight?
Well, I thought it was a little funny. It was a live stream this time after you got kicked out the last time. Had they ever live streamed the PUB meeting before?
No,
No.
no.
Yeah, that was interesting. That was a new thing.
And I
Which
think what
should happen every time.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
yeah, especially because it's such an important meeting. Look, there's three boards that should be televised, live streamed every meeting, and they're the ones that all these yes people, all these individuals that are in the same little group, that they're always filling up. It's always going to be the Langleys, the Signs, Sampayos, Jude Benavides. They're always going to be on these boards, and that's the PUB board, GBEC, and BCIC. And the reason they're so desperate to be on those three boards is because of all the perks that come with them. They're the money boards. They're the ones that get, uh, if it's okay if I could use
Take care.
John Brusiak's words, they're the ones that get greased.
Mm. Oh, I forgot that one in my speech.
Yeah.
Damn
I said it though.
Your
it.
speech was really good.
Yeah, Susan did a great job. But let me, yeah, it was amazing. And when you started off, we're like, oh, bitch, I wish I would have, I wish I would have started off with all those words. Oh,
I know
but
you made me think like, man, was I supposed to prepare ahead of time? Like,
yeah, no, but it was great. I think again, we've got to be careful with those three boards. Those three boards, because those three boards consume a lot of the finances from the city. Those three boards should be live streamed, and I think that's one of the things that I'm going to push for our city commissioners uh, to start doing. You know, because a lot of folk can't be at the meeting, but we're talking about their tax dollars, and their monies and their PUB rates and everything else, and those things should be monitored 100%, and maybe a lot less of what happened with the Tenasca mess might happen.
Yeah, and they need to move those times to at least 5:30. At least 5:30 to give some people time that get out at 5 o'clock to get over there. I mean, this is almost done on purpose so they don't get a good turnout.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Mhm.
Let's go to the comments. Good evening. Good evening. Power to the people. It was fun. I'll tell you that much.
Mhm.
Ya llegué. Ya da tiempo.
Mhm.
Hey, sound mine. That's a weird looking Maggie and Roman.
Ah, how about better looking? Come on.
Love when you went up with your two bodyguards. Ah, yes, it was so awesome. I want to thank them. Really, it just the it looked amazing. It looked awesome. I appreciate
I
that.
have pictures.
I think Susan was a little bit jealous because she didn't have any bodyguards.
Well, they offered, and I'm like, I think I got this. I think I got
She said, "I'm not a wimp like Erasmo." But no, it did look awesome. They were concerned you were coming with an army. Uh, Let me tell you, I appreciate everyone that was there. Everyone that was there. It really did feel awesome. And I want to say thank you to the Sierra Club. I want to say thank you to all the elderly residents that were there. And a lot of the elderly residents, they shared those same concerns that we've been discussing since we found out about all this mess. A lot of
Mhm.
people out there cannot pay those bills. That one lady that was interviewed by Telemundo, she had $1,000 bill on her hands, could never pay it, won't be able to pay it.
Yep.
Unfortunate. Thank you, Ms. Tawada and Mr. Walcava for standing up for our community.
You're
How
welcome.
did how did you feel,
Kayla.
Susan?
I'm sorry.
How did it feel?
Oh man, I mean, these are the times that you know that there are a lot of people that want to speak up, but they just either they can't because of their job, their connections, or whoever it is that they can't see them speak up. Number one, number two, they don't know how, and or they're just scared to, and that's who we're supposed to be representing. You know, I
Yeah, I
mean,
I agree.
they need to know that we're pissed.
I actually got a couple of messages from individuals that work for PUB, and they said thank you. We can't say anything, but we're there. And I think something that Susan mentioned is very, very true. Folks, take into consideration, you might think, oh, well, there's only 20, 30 people out there. Uh, Take into consideration that I would say for each one, you're talking about a couple thousands of people, you know,
Hmm.
because a lot of people cannot go out there. A lot of people, because of retaliation, because of
Right.
their job position, they can't. So I would say there was a lot more people out there that were represented. Actually, Kayla, how did you feel?
I mean, this was my first meeting ever. It's my first time truly getting involved in anything with our city. And I feel very prideful that I'm doing it. I I mean, we've talked before how some of us can afford to pay those bills, but we also have, I mean, I have family members that cannot. I mean, my parents can't, and my parents are residents, and they don't speak English, and they're that kind of that people. So I'm representing those people that are residents that don't speak English. They feel like they don't have the education, the right knowledge, because they think that you need to have this knowledge. I don't have all the knowledge, and I was very nervous when I went up there to talk. But I'm happy that I did it, because I think, anything that we put out there is pressure to them.
Mm-hmm.
And, and we need to keep doing that. And I had several people message me afterwards or during the time that I did a short live while we were outside with the Telemundo. A lot of people don't know, like they're not really well informed. And so I'm happy that I was able to provide that information to them. And then people were like, tell us when the next meeting is, like, we need to be there. And I mean, definitely, we need to have as many people as possible in there, because every single seat in there should have been filled.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
And so
It should have. It wasn't. It wasn't that way, but it really, really should have. But I think I got the same messages from other people that you got. Let us know when the next meeting is. We'll be there. Which is a good thing. I know we needed more people. We need to already announce the next meeting and start planning ahead. Start saving the PTOs and the UTOs and sick days and leave early, because 5 p.m. regardless is inconvenient for most who are working. I agree.
So I was looking at the board calendar, and this meetings happen every second Monday of the month. So the next meeting is November 14th.
But weren't they supposed to have one on the 19th? They said, I heard.
That's for I have it here because I pulled it up.
Ooh.
So on the 19th, I'm not. It says pub cap meeting. What's that?
I wonder if it's the same one that I went to that I got kicked out of.
Probably, because at the top it says board of directors meetings are generally held on the second Monday of each month, which on the calendar is already scheduled for the 14th of November. And then pub cap meetings are generally held on the third Wednesday of each month.
That might be the one I went to and got kicked out. I think we should still go to that one. Why not? What the hell?
Okay.
Is that at 7 o'clock or at 5 o'clock? Did it say?
5:30.
Interesting.
So everyone can show up. Well, most people can show up to this one.
Yeah. Actually, the city commissioners meeting will probably be the best one the next time.
Where's the next one?
That's next week, I believe.
Is it on the 18th?
Maybe the 18th. Yeah.
I don't
Let's
know.
do it.
Right?
That's the
Well,
one.
let's research it right and post it ahead of time for sure.
Yeah.
Of course, the agenda goes up only about 2 days before, so.
That'd be amazing.
But just so we start getting people prepared on the date and the time.
Yeah. Seems you were with your Charlie's Angel Erasmo. No más falta Maggie.
She was there.
She was at the meeting. Great job.
She was one of your bodyguards.
She was a bodyguard. That's right.
One of the bodyguards. Updates on the PUB meeting. We're still waiting to find out what happened during executive session. I sincerely don't think much is going to happen. We might find out at 10 o'clock from Rudy Mireles. And maybe there's some information in regards to him being placed on leave. But that was your concern, Susan. Is that correct?
What?
That the CEO be placed on administrative leave?
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. That's the least that needs to be done. The least.
Give us a rundown.
My mother-in-law sent me this. I don't know if y'all could see it. No. News break. It says residents voice anger at BPUB meeting following failed power plant project. Like we made the news right away.
Yeah, it's on a lot of little small ones. But what was your speech about, Susan? It was good too.
Yeah. So my speech started out with all the disturbing words that were in the audit. That CRI quoted. Misrepresentation, misleading.
deceit.
all the stuff that they did over exaggerate, just to get the project approved and keep the project going, even though it was already dead in the water way before. And then basically having everybody that was involved, from the CEO to the management, whoever was involved in the management, to the what is it, the consultants and everybody, to be accountable. But I want the CEO and any management that is there right now to be suspended without pay until they figure out what they're going to do. They should not be able to continue, especially Bruziak. He should not be able to continue to collect a paycheck and run PUB after this disgusting results of the audit.
Yeah, it was
I agree 100%.
horrible. Yeah, it was horrible. Let me say, one of the things that really tripped me out was, I had something prepared, written, and I should have maybe gone with a written, but I just started off and I said, I'm going to start off on the fly, and then I'm going to go to my written statement. Let me tell you that those 5 minutes went up pretty quick. I'm going like, what? It's time already?
I know. I was recording you, and I even looked at how long I had been recording you, and I was like, yeah, it's been over 5 minutes.
See, that happened to me. I learned my lesson from the city commission. I got cut off. And I was like, oh, that's not happening again.
My God.
But you did good.
Yeah, I know, but there's a lot of, there's a lot of other stuff you want to go out there and tell them. Like, what really, I actually wanted to talk about Tony Martinez. Because let me say, guys, got to be one of the most disgusting people in the city of Brownsville. Disgusting people in the city of Brownsville. Tony Martinez. The guy's a millionaire, many times over a millionaire. One of the most disgusting individuals in the city of Brownsville. This guy was part of the deception. He knew, alongside with Bruzniak, and actually buttered up a lot of the narrative in order for them to continue to go on with the Tanashka mess. He knew. That is what I got from the audit. He knew that it was not going to come into fruition. It was not going to happen. He knew, and continued to rape and pillage the poorest community in the country by an increased rate of 36%. That's disgusting. Disgusting, man. Besides that, then he comes out on the news, Spanish news station, to say that, they need to keep that money. If there is any money left over from Tanasca, PUB needs to keep that money. And I'm going like, you want us to trust the group that screwed us over with 36% for 7 years. That's who you want us to trust with the money that they collected? I mean, the guy's pitiful, Can't stand him. Did y'all see that Telemundo where his interview?
No.
I didn't see that. Was that recent?
Yes, it's on my page.
Wow.
It's in Spanish.
Wow.
But he literally goes out there and says,
yeah,
too bad.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Like, he's probably saying that too because there is no more money left. So kind of like his way of just forget about it.
Well, don't you remember? That's Eddie Trevino's statement. The audit was so last week. Let's just move on from it.
When did he say that?
I'm not exactly sure, but he literally went out and
recent showings.
I'm not sure, but literally went out and I said, "Are you stupid, man? Or do you think we are?"
So grossed out.
Arrogant leader.
My God.
It's him, and then it's Mayor Mendez right here. I mean, like right there.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think it's them being so damn short.
Maybe. I don't know.
It's a Napoleon short complex. My God, I wanted to please tell me he didn't say that. Was PUB live streaming or was it the news? It was the news.
The news.
No, maybe it was.
But PUB, and again, I'm going to say this: PUB needs to live stream. PUB needs to. Ay, papacito, eres un gorroso. PUB needs to live stream. Uh, BCIC needs to live stream. GBEC needs to live stream. You're being such a needy cat right now. He
He
wants me to scratch his.
senses your anxiety.
He wants me to scratch his damn head. I met with a PUB manager and basically told me that the reason for the high rates is because of the high price of gas. Yeah, we don't believe that anymore. How many times, Susan, did the mayor, PUB, how many times did they post up there? Oh, well, the real reason.
But did you
y'all,
guys see sorry, on Channel 5 News with Rudy Mireles the second last week? He actually showed a graph of how they were manipulating the prices.
yes.
Mhm.
No, you can't get away with saying that anymore, which is that was like their storyline for every person that called, because they
How
told
we-
that to my mother-in-law.
And how will we ever trust them again?
Never.
They can manipulate the bill to say whatever they want
Which
and
they
have
did.
no accountability to any higher person.
None.
Then how will we ever trust that the bill is correct?
Well, how do we even trust that the individuals that are in office,
Reading
like,
the meters.
well, the Trey Mendez, the Eddie Treviños, the Joey Lopez, all the city commission, how can we trust that they're not getting greased?
Mhm.
They have to be.
How can we trust that they're not getting greased anytime that they want to give us an explanation in regards to what's going on? Because let me tell you, I should have kept pictures of them. They're there on Trey Mendez's post. Constantly go out there and post and state, oh, well, it's the gas prices. That's why. And let me tell you what's even trippier. And again, I think this is one of the reasons why Rudy Mireles is pissed. One of the reasons that Rudy Mireles is pissed is because he was using some of the PUB graphs in order to explain why the prices were so high. And then when the audit report comes out and says that they had fudged with the numbers, I think that's what really got Rudy pissed. Like,
Well, he blocked me.
Huh?
Blocked me. He removed my comment.
Yes.
I'm telling him, look, that's not true. So he didn't like that answer and he removed it and then wouldn't let me post again. I'm like, wow, okay. All right. So then the audit comes out and I'm like,
Exactamente. And I think, Susan, that's one of the reasons why Rudy Mireles was really, really pissed. That's why, I had a conversation with him and I told him, I said, now do you see? Because he sort of threw a little jab at me in that post, going like, well, that's more, we can't go out there and just be saying gossip and stuff.
yes.
And I'm going like, Rudy, we're the ones that are getting screwed. We just want answers. We want transparency. We want them to tell us the truth. That's all we want. I said, we want the audit. And then the audit's going to tell us something. But I'll share this. I told him, I said, and I said this in private. I said, you know what, Rudy? I'm going to refrain from commenting on your post if you're going to be that pissy and upset about it.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, no, man, it's not that. It's just we just have to deal with the facts, and these are the graphs. These are the facts. Then after the audit comes out, and then he finds out that the same graphs that he had been using were fudged up, manipulated. Pissed. And I'm glad that he has seen the light.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully he and other journalists start listening more to the community.
Mm-hmm.
And start believing less of what politicos say. Because it was the same narrative that was shared by the mayor, judge, city commissioners, PUB. I don't know if y'all recall, PUB was constantly responding to anything we were calling them out on.
Mm-hmm.
Did you notice that?
Oh, yeah.
We'd go out there and say something, and then they'd respond with a post. And this is the gas prices, and it's Biden's fault.
Oh, they would create these videos to try to
it's Trump's fault. Yes,
I thought that was pretty petty.
it's Abbott's fault. You know, they were blaming everyone and their mother.
Mm-hmm.
And then after the audit, we found out, no, it's your lies and your deception's fault.
Mm-hmm.
That is what has kept this community screwed.
I really hope that those people can't sleep like in the days that follow.
Well,
I mean,
if
it's
it's
repulsive that they just watching them there at the meeting makes you sick in the stomach.
yes, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
But one of the things that Frankie and I were talking about this morning, you know, the Fajita Bandit. I don't know if y'all remember the Fajita Bandit.
Mhm.
50 years in jail for taking $1.2 million in fajita.
Yep.
Fajita. These guys, 118 million. 118 million. And they still got their job.
Erasmo, and I think, one of the things that people are, well, I don't know if it's, I don't think it's the Brownsville citizens, but, maybe the mayor and all these people in leadership and Eddie, the way he's arrogant about it, and Tony Martinez, they misrepresent, they lied. They lied about the Tanasca deal, being dead in the water. They lied about it in order to keep those rates. The minute they knew that deal wasn't going to go through, they should have stopped the rate increase because it was over a period of time. It wasn't 36% all at once. The minute they found out that wasn't happening, they should have stopped those increases, and they didn't. That is theft. It's theft.
It is theft. I mean, what else could you call it? They knew it. They knew it wasn't going to happen. They were still using it as an excuse for the continuation of rate of increasing the raise, and they never went down from 36%. It wasn't de un trancazo. That is true,
Mm-hmm.
but they were at 36% for a while.
Total. Oh yeah.
It hurt.
Well, yeah. Once it hit the max 36%, I don't know that it ever came down until recently, and it only came down what, to half of that,
Well, I
or
don't.
not even half.
But my question is, did it go down?
Well,
Right.
supposedly it's supposed to, right?
I mean, I don't even know if I can believe that from them anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, it's on paper.
Mm-hmm.
What good does it do us for it to be on paper? I will say one thing though. I did start to see my utility bill go down by a little bit, by $25, I think,
Mm-hmm.
which is something. It's not enough. I want my 36% back, and that is
Yeah.
one of the reasons why I filed a civil lawsuit. I want my 36% back.
How
I
did
don't
those
care.
people of San Antonio get all that money back? That'd be
Well, it's-
interesting to find out.
It's the same way. And one of the conversations I had with them, I mean, years ago, I'm going to say maybe 4 years ago, maybe more, 4 or 6 years ago, was I asked the city of FAR. I actually contacted them in regards to how they, because they did the same thing. They returned money back to the people because of some tax rate hike that didn't go through. I mean, increase of a utility hike that didn't go through. And they said, "Oh, simple. We just cut them a check." That's how they returned it. It's just
But
simple.
see, they're all regulated. We're
Yeah.
not,
Well,
right?
yeah,
Only the city. I think it's only us and maybe the city of Austin, right?
yes, that we
Has
have our
their
own
own-
power company.
Right. So they're regulated by the federal, what is it? Federal Commission, whatever.
Well,
We're not.
maybe we need to.
They're going to have to rewrite that charter.
We're going to have to rewrite the charter. There's a
Yep.
couple of things that I want, and I'm going to continue to demand that our city commission do is to change the charter.
Yep.
Uh, change the hiring and firing of the CEOs at PUB, and change the ways that the PUB board is elected.
Yes, they
and
need to be
appointed.
elected.
Yeah,
They need to be elected, not appointed. Not appointed.
it's too big of an entity.
Yep.
You know, it's almost double the amount. Double the amount of the city budget.
Mhm.
More than double the amount of the city budget.
Yeah, they need to feel more accountable to the constituents, to the people of Brownsville, rather than to the commissioner that appointed them.
Hmm.
Erasmo and friends, keep fighting the good fight. I'm not in PUB service area, but I've dealt with their prepotent ways. You may want to look into the way PUB deals with non-contractor developers. To sum it up, if you want to build and you don't know anyone, you are screwed up. Uh,
Hmm.
yeah, that's one of the things that I think is very, very prevalent in regards to everything that goes on around here. It's always about the contractors, the builders, and the engineers.
Hmm.
Always. Same thing with the city of Brownsville, with the county, and now with PUB. It's always revolves around the same thing. Push to have their assets seized. Well, that'd be awesome. Y'all nailed it.
Hmm.
Don't worry. I still have faith that we will grow our presence. We
I
need
think
to.
so too.
I think so too. Great job, all three. Erasmo, people work. Some don't speak English. People are afraid.
Yeah.
Yes, I
Yes, yes,
agree,
yes.
and that's one of the reasons why, guys. I've made mention. We may have on our city population 185,000. We probably have more than over a quarter of a million people here
Hmm.
in this city, because we have a lot of individuals that are not registered to vote. A lot of individuals that will refuse to go and take the census. We have a lot of people that are resident aliens. A lot of people that are here without the proper legal documentation. May like it or not, these people are part of our community.
Exactly.
All these people are part of our community, and just because they don't vote does not make them any lesser individuals here. We have to go fight for those hundreds, tens of thousands of people that cannot speak for themselves. It's our responsibility. Erasmo for sheriff, I don't know about that. I'll be happy with county commissioner. I love that there were more elder people because those are the most. They have the most to lose. Yes,
Hmm.
we had some individuals out there talking about how uh, they live paycheck to paycheck on disability checks, on elderly checks, and
I thought it was great that lady that spoke about her husband being in the hospital and how he's a resident, and um, that she couldn't work, and they're living with because the sister helps them. And I mean, it's so sad, and
it's
while her
in
bill was not like $1,000, it was like what, 200 or something for her, but that
yeah,
was a lot for her, like compared to what she was paying before.
yes,
So I mean, just because it's not 1,000 or 600, those people that went from like under $100 to now too close to 300, that's triple. That's a lot.
it's too much.
Hmm.
Thank you, all news channels. Great reporting. Yeah, waiting for it. Thanks for standing
Definitely.
up for the community. Woo! I think I know this man. Un
I
saludo para
think I know him
PUB.
too.
Thanks to all those guys, PUB officers and commissioners and judges that are watching. Good evening, Arlie Hermoso. Arlie, I love the guitar. Let them feel the pressure. Just because not physically there, don't underestimate the concerns of the community. Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. And a lot of folk are hurting.
Hmm.
What happened in PUB? You got here late.
Watch the videos.
Yeah,
Hmm.
not all PUB customers live there. I appreciate y'all's effort. Thank you, Yana.
Hmm.
Hermosa. What is interesting, the people who are there or speaking up for the first time,
Hmm.
there was a lot of people that were very, very vocal and very, very upset. And I think that's a great thing. Good evening. Good evening. Peppermint Patty. They need clear sound recording so that the public can hear clearly what is said instead of mumbling. Yeah, I'm going to blame Frankie with his cricket phone.
No, my mom was actually watching through Facebook. I don't know what she was listening through when I got home after the meeting, and you could barely like make out the words that was being spoken. So yeah, they need better audio, I guess.
Yeah, I 100% agree. In order to avoid taking out loans, people are selling their furniture and selling food and looking for junk scrap metal to sell. The city should give us a break in letting its people make ends meet until resolution. Let me tell you,
Yeah.
one of the things that I am the king of all local social media. One of the things that I have noticed, guys, there's a lot more people selling food plates.
Mm.
A lot of more people saying sandwichones, tamales, and I think what we are becoming. And again, it's like every Friday, guys, people send in videos of these long ass lines of people getting the free food. I don't know if y'all seen them, but there's huge lines on Alton on Paredes of individuals getting in line since like midnight in order to get a
And
couple of
Jaime
bags of
Zapata too, the church that's around the corner from my house.
Restauración y
Yep.
Poder. Yeah, guys, the lines are huge, huge lines. What I'm trying to get at is individuals are figuring out ways of making a buck, and this includes selling food, and again using, I would say, food stamps even to buy the food, prepare it, and then go out there and sell it. Not
Mhm.
saying anything bad about it. More power to the people. They got to do what they got to do. But I've been noticing a lot more. I've got plates of food to sell than any time before, and it's trippy because uh, they were very popular with individuals who are having like medical needs.
Mm.
Isn't it trippy that now instead of being medical needs, they're electrical light needs,
Yeah.
utility needs?
You
That's
know, the lady that spoke, that was interviewed by the news station, her sister, the one that had the $1,000 bill, she mentioned to me that she tried to get a like an extension or a payment plan, and that they wouldn't let her because she was already enrolled in the elderly discount plan.
oh my gosh.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, so and I guess no double dipping with PUB, when it comes to us.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, and then someone else mentioned that they called for an extension and they gave them 8 days.
Oh
Eight
yeah.
days.
Yeah, the lady said they'd given her 10 days.
Yep.
That's
They
unfortunate.
really don't care.
They
No, they
don't.
don't.
That's just
Obviously.
really being cold hearted and like whatever to the people.
Here's your answer. Take it or leave it.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, we should give such an ultimatum to the CEO and his management team.
Right.
Here's your last paycheck. Take it and leave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Y'all about y'all had about 35 viewers on Frankie's live feed. Oh, that's good. When is the next meeting? So sorry I couldn't be there. I would have spoken up. My dad's bill went up ridiculously. He is on Social Security, and it's not enough. And like your dad, Lucy, many many other dads.
Many.
We'll check to see if that next other little meeting, but I think the city commission meeting is going to be another good one to go to, and start going to all the PUB meetings, all the city commission meetings, until we get uh, relief. That's all we
Mhm.
want. We want relief. We want what everyone out there was screaming. We want the CEO to go, and we want some adjustments made in regards to returning the money that was stolen from the people of the city of Brownsville.
Mhm.
It's not too much to ask. And a lot of it, one of the things that the mayor's, I challenge y'all to go back and look at the interview with the mayor. One of the things that he mentioned was in regards to like can't return it, can't return the money, and it's best that the PUB keep it. You know, and I'm going like, no, it's not your money to decide to choose. And one of the things that I heard was that they only have $30 million out of the $135 million that they took. All they have left is like $30 million. I'm going like, you know what? I don't care. I don't care. I don't care where the hell they get the money. I'm not happy for them to return $30 million. I want them to return the $118 million.
Mhm.
I think I don't think that's much. That's too much to ask. You lied to us. You fooled us. You took from us. Give it back.
Mhm.
It was
Not
ours.
Not 30 million, not 30 million. I want $118 million back, given back to the community. I don't care how they have to do it. I don't care if they have to sell that building or sell whatever they need to. Give the money back. And let me say,
I'd
and I
like
read
to
this.
know.
Huh?
Go ahead. Go
One
ahead.
of the things that I
Sorry.
one of the things that I read on the report was that they played with the money while they had it. They invested it here, invested it there, moved it around here and there. So the question is, did they lose some of the money in all these wheeling and dealings that they were doing? I still don't care. I want the damn money back. We deserve the money back. No?
How long was it?
Yes.
It was approximately 1 year, about 1 year, right? Erasmo, I don't have the audit in front of me.
When
Where
they
they
knew
knew, where they knew Tanasca was done.
done
Done.
after a year. Yes,
Yeah.
2014. They knew it was done.
Yep. So I mean, I would be fine with. I mean, I'm talking about maybe even CRI, because I was actually pretty impressed and surprised that they actually were that ballsy with the report.
Me too.
But somebody needs to look at the expenses from that very first year. Take away the expenses from that very first year, and everything else needs to come back to the people.
Oh, I still want it back because
Yeah.
at the end of the day, we got nothing.
You're being generous, Susan.
Yeah, you're being very generous because at the end of the day, where are the issues? Let me say, when I order something on Amazon and I get something else, you better. I don't care if it's $30. I want my damn $30 back. And Amazon, I love Amazon. Amazon
Me too.
has been very, very good to me. The other day, I ordered cauliflower crisps because I'm on this crazy food stuff, superfood stuff. I ordered cauliflower crisps. They sent me a box of kale crisps. And let me tell you, I love them. I love kale crisps. But it's not what I ordered, So I called them and I said, because I couldn't do the exchange online because it's a food product. So I called him. I said, bitch better have my money. I said, I want my cauliflower crisps. I said, what do you want me to do with these kale crisps? I can't return them. And they said, well, sir, keep them. We're going to send you the cauliflower crisps. And I'm going like, okay. I like them. It's not what I ordered. So I got two goodies. So again, they promised something. We got nothing. I want the money back. Because any good business individual, one of these finance people stuff or whatever, when you put a big old chunk of money, you always go like, well, what's going to happen if it doesn't come to be? Well, they always tell you, we're going to refund your money, or at least a part of the money. I want to know what assurances they got in regards to this money, if in case Tanasca wasn't going to happen. And I can almost guarantee you
I don't think there was a plan like that. There wasn't, because they took advantage of the fact that they knew and didn't, tell anybody about it. I want to see the financials. I am assuming that the financials were not attached to this audit, or if they were, we're not privy to them. But I want to see Max Izaguirre's invoices and when he was paid and for how long. I want to see Eddie Trevino's. I want to see, the ones that they stated on the audit, specifically the top 10 vendors. I want to see it. But, the whole Izaguirre thing is a whole nother ball game that I've been looking into. It's ridiculous. $35,000 a month for a consultant. People don't make that in a year. Can you imagine?
A month.
A month. Was he paid after Tanasca went dead? My biggest question.
I think he did.
Of course he was. So was Eddie.
Brownsville City Commission meeting is going to be on Tuesday, guys. We'll be there. Tuesday, the 18th, 5:30, 5 or 5:30.
5:30.
5:30. I'll post it as soon as we get the agenda. We should be getting the agenda on Friday. We'll be there, and I'm hoping a lot more people are going to. Guys, yeah, if you're on YouTube, like that damn page. 83 people on YouTube, only 27 thumbs up. Guys, I don't even care if you put the thumbs down. It's still generating some traction. So, guys, if you hate me, that's fine. Click the dislike button or something.
Click a button.
Click something.
And let me just put it on record that we need to remind people to go out and vote Eddie Trevino out.
All incumbents out. All incumbents
out.
Yeah, it's time. It's gonna be. We demand. We need to
shy about showing up to these things that we're showing up to. You don't have to be shy to vote because nobody knows how you're voting. Exactly. So just go and do it there. Do your part there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
October 24th, first day of early voting.
Yes, we need to demand a change in the city charter. That's exactly what needs to happen. Yes, we went to the pub. That's the one we went to. PubCap is the Citizens Advisory Panel. We need to go to that one.
Well, then that one's every third Wednesday of the month.
So that's
the
going
one
to
that's
be
coming up
on the 19th. That's the one I got kicked out of. I'm actually kind of proud that I got kicked out of that meeting. And
I think they already have the agenda uploaded.
Oh, that'll be interesting to look at.
There's one on October 19th. That's the PubCap.
Mm-hmm.
PubCap is supposed to be the board that handles our customer service.
That's why they didn't let you in.
You have to go to that.
Oh, shoot.
That's the one I got kicked out of, where the
actual
customers, or the actual customers were complaining. That's the one that got kicked out. The irony of it all. You guys did excellent. Disappointed for those that didn't show up. Some show up people, 100%. 20 people showing up to protest PUB isn't going to get a change to the charter. 20,000 showing up and protesting will.
It's a start.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
It's a start. Let's do it. And so on the 18th, I want to see John White out there with us.
The Superman outfit.
It was full of security, man.
It was almost more security than people.
Yes, it's crazy. Talking about John White saying that there was only 20 people.
I think they were scared. They looked nervous. I was there first. I got there super early, and they looked like shaken. They didn't know what was going to... I think they were anticipating the worst. I think they thought we were going to act like animals, which we're not going to be them. But they definitely were scared, for sure.
They were scared, and they should be scared. I think they should be scared. They need to be scared. I think they're
y'all, that building. Tell me why we got that building.
And the one there's another one on 511, right?
There's another one on I think on 511 that's being built.
Why?
It doesn't make any sense.
What do they use what do they use all the rooms for?
Well, that was one of the things that I had been made mention. I don't know, it was one of my morning shows. But guys, everything's going electronic. What do you want the buildings for? To take care of people that are coming in or walking in to pay their bills?
What are you talking about? They don't let anybody walk in. They kicked you out, and then they've been closed.
And now you have to make an appointment, and they're still using the COVID excuse. You got to make an appointment.
But yet they let it. Nobody was wearing a mask there.
No.
They didn't ask us to wear masks.
COVID. Stupid.
I mean, the restrooms to wash your hands, it's like you're at the airport. It's like a really fancy airport where you just stick your hands in.
Did you see them, Susan?
No, I didn't go to the restroom. The restrooms?
It's fancy.
Yes.
No, I didn't go.
Very fancy.
I mentioned this in one of the morning shows. I was expecting one of those people, like, with a little towelette on their hand like that. Right?
With
like
the
they have in
peppermint.
New York.
Hey,
yeah.
Hey, next week Brusiak will be in there. That'll be his new
You want
job.
a spray of different types
Yeah,
of sprays? Scent.
we need to
No, the
advocate for
building
the old.
itself is very, I mean, it's very nice. It's very, I mean, it's out of, you don't see
It's out
anything
of
like that here.
no, it's out of place. We need to advocate for the old military water treatment too, and make a lot of noise, especially since charges will be going up next. Let me say this, guys. One of the first things that I will, one of the first things, probably going to be my second one that I tackle after becoming a county commissioner, is putting these people's feet to the fire in regards to the water, the horrible water that the people in San Pedro and over there by Old Military Highway have to deal with. I promise you that. I mean, it's going to be my probably one of my number one goals is to make sure that someone out there answers for that pathetic, dirty, brown, orange water. It's horrible. I agree with Susan 100%. And still, Ada Mia
¿Y con
wants
tu
us to go
esposa
out.
qué?
Huh?
Digo, ¿y con tu esposa qué?
Nambe. Who's that? Later, he wants us to go out and vote for him. Pendio Chaparro just quit. The citywide protest that will get on national news, not the local Democrat news, will get the change we need started. Someone made mention of that. I don't know if y'all heard that. Someone made mention that we got to find a way to get the national news media down here. That would be
Yeah.
amazing.
But I
Uh,
would really like to see so many people gathered like that here.
I would too. Oh, that someone sent me an article in regards. I think this is the one that we had been mentioning. CPS Energy customers to receive City Council approved rebate as credit on December bill. That's a start. Someone just mentioned not all the seats were filled, and yet there were protesters outside. The PUB limit inside attendance. No, I think that a lot of the individuals that stood outside wanted to scream and hold signs, and they didn't let the
Yeah.
signs go inside.
Right.
So I think that's what was happening. And look, let me tell you guys, I thought it was amazing. My heart skipped a beat when I started to hear the individuals outside screaming and yelling.
Mm-hmm.
It
And you
felt,
could hear it inside for a bit there.
yeah,
You could hear
it was hot. It was
But to
amazing.
also answer Jose, the public comment is only 30 minutes, so it would have only allowed 6 people to speak anyway, and 4 were scheduled already. So, and the agenda had really nothing to do with any of it except for the closed executive session. So there was no point to actually be at the meeting unless you're making a public comment.
Yeah, and that's what we did.
When will we hear something about the closed meeting?
Hopefully after they come out of closed session.
They still haven't?
They're probably out, but rather they finish what they needed to do, maybe tomorrow.
Or tonight on the news. I doubt that. I doubt that they were going to take any action on anything that we're concerned about. All military water treatment has been for years giving poor quality water. Yes, and I promise you, it will be one of the things that I work at. Excellent job, you guys. Hats off to all three. Thank you, Lori. Don't talk bad about those who did not go because some of us are not able to go for some reason or another. However, all of us should be able to vote, and then you can see the fruits of your. Oh yeah, and let me say, I'm not. I understand. I understand. One of the things that I will say, Chrissy, is that just keep on with the encouragement. That's all we can ask for. We need to have the encouragement. And I said this on the morning show, and I sincerely believe it. Send some candy every so often, or some goodies, some food, or I mean, you could go out there and bake some muffins and bring a muffin, and I'll freak out. But more than anything, I've had this conversation with people. Just keep on saying, because sometimes it does get overwhelming, guys. It does get overwhelming, and just a couple of encouraging words, a text here or there, it's appreciated. Disgusting.
And
Very
let me
disgusting.
say that if you're one of those people that are not able to show up because of work or whatever other reason that keeps you from doing that, you can share things on Facebook that we post. Share it, put it out there. That's another way that you can help. So
100%.
there's many ways.
Mhm.
There is
And you
a
can also make comments. They won't read them, but you can actually make the public comment, submit it. The board reads it. They don't read it out loud in the meeting, but they do read it. And then you can also make comments if, like at the city commissioner, you can do it virtually. So you don't always have to be present at the meeting either.
no, but at the end of the day, I don't think any of us on here tonight mind that we have to be the voice of thousands or
Mhm.
10,000s.
Mhm.
It's a tough job, but somebody's got to do it. That somebody's us. So, what PUB should do is give free lights since they ain't going to refund the money. Again, something. I'm. Let me tell you, that's one of the reasons why I filed a lawsuit. I want the $118 million returned. I mean,
Did you sue them for 118 million?
no, I sued for 20,000. That's the max I could sue at with the JP court. But
Oh yeah.
let me say, again, and my reasoning, and I understand what Susan's saying. My reasoning is, you might have made a killing with that our money. You might have profited. At least we're not asking for interest. You know,
Mhm.
because $118 million, guys, in 5-6 years time, that's a crap load of interest. I'm not good at math or finances
Like the money they made from the winter storm?
because like the money that they made for the winter storm.
Where is
Something.
it?
Where is it? Again, can you imagine how much interest is compounded with $118 million? I'm still
Mhm.
thinking it's 135, but I'll take 118. Protesting for the PUB commissioners' homes. The Democrats protest in front of Supreme Court Justice homes, so we should be able to protest in front of PUB commissioners' homes. Why don't we protest in front of their businesses?
Mm.
You know, for some of them, we'd have to go to Matamoros to protest because they live and work in Matamoros. You know that at least one of the individuals on the PUB board lives and works in Matamoros.
I'm wondering, I'm not sure that I'm wondering who is going to be the last word, because I'm not sure that the PUB board would have the authority to put him on suspension. I think it's going to be the mayor and the commissioners.
I'm going to think that it's the PUB board.
Mm.
I mean, we'll look into it, but I'm going
You
to
would
think
think
that
to
they have
recommend.
they have the authority to place him on administrative leave because ultimately, I think they are the ones that hire him.
That's what my question would be: who hired him?
Yeah, the PUB board is ultimately the one that hires him, does the search, and approves the hiring. But again, the PUB board are appointed by the city commission, and the
Right.
only ones at this point that we can hold accountable, the city commission,
And the
because
city attorney is the one that needs to move it towards the authorities. Um, I would
well,
think.
yes, the PUB attorney should, or else he should lose his license,
Mhm.
or the city attorney should, because
Mhm.
as soon as you know that there's been some illegalities out there, or the perception of impropriety, a hint of impropriety,
Right.
somebody should be filing a report. And I'm going to guess, Susan and Kayla, I'm going to guess that the city commission has already talked about filing.
Oh, I'm sure.
They're going to want to wash their hands of this. Lickety split. Everyone except Nerith Golonsky, because Nerith Golonsky was sitting on that board when Tanaska came.
Yeah.
I would dare say that she was the chair of the PUB board.
Ooh,
She made a killing. They've
that's
all
going to
made
be
it. They've all made a killing. We got screwed.
wow.
By the
I
way,
wonder
Carla,
why she wasn't in the report.
she was on the report. She was mentioned a couple of times.
Mm.
I think she's tried to shy away from answering a lot of questions. By the way, Carlos Casco needs to campaign more. Eddie is doing TV ads and reaching out to a lot of people. Yes, greed.
Yes.
The news just reported it was 41%, not 36. Oh, don't tell me that.
30
That
is
makes me
definitely
feel worse.
Wow.
I think the report says 36, but
The report said 36. I don't know where they found the extra 5%, but for the news to be going out there and saying it was 41%, that, let me tell you, I think that's close to 50. God, oh my. Is it as bad as Garza's cheat note interview?
The news is on.
Are they mentioning anything?
Yes, opening a BPUB fallout. Well, it's like a summary of what they're going to talk about, but PUB is going to be the first thing.
Okay, good. Let us know. Well, here's the comment. At the very least, whoever represents the old military district should be advocating for the people who rest, and that would be me. After I get elected, Kayla, you need better lighting.
hear
I
that?
know.
Well, she's on an attorney a salary, so they don't have much.
Is this better?
It's because of her. She's keeping the lights off because of the light bill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, the story's on.
Is it?
Yep.
What are they saying?
Rudy, Deadless, and Christine are going to talk about it.
Raise the volume. Can you?
And this is a live look at the boardroom. Board members went into closed session 3 hours ago, and they are just now coming out.
Oh.
The Brownsville Public Utilities Board held their first board meeting since the release of a forensic audit last week. In the audit, accusations of manipulating prices for a project that BPUB CEO John Brusiak and the management team knew would never materialize. Customers showing up in force, asking for several things from the board. First and foremost,
demanding that the PUB board take some action and fire John Brusiak.
Those calls coming from outside and inside the building.
I'm here today to demand, not to ask, not to beg, but to demand that based on the conclusion of this audit, that the current CEO be placed on without
Others are calling for the immediate refund of any money still left over from that $118 million in extra charges.
because clearly they went to nowhere with the goal. And motivate this meeting for we have other people that kind of had made their bills at the moment.
For Mary Helen Flores, a lifelong Brownsville resident, action from the PUB board is necessary.
He's a liar. He has lied to our city commission, he's lied to the PUB board, and the audit states that very clearly.
She's also calling on City of Brownsville commissioners to change city rules to have more oversight over the utility board and its management. But she and others like Susan Rubalcaba think above all, law enforcement needs to get involved.
I have the authority to notify or identify any criminal violation in regards to the persons identified in this audit.
Flores says right now, if nothing happens and no one is held accountable, people like her will question the integrity of the board. She and others already questioning the current high prices for energy.
I suspect based on this audit that the way they're billing us is also inflated and not fair.
And as we mentioned tonight and over the last week, around $118 million were funneled towards that doomed project. And according to the audit, $30.9 million of it was already spent by Brownsville PUB. Again, we do have a crew inside the boardroom keeping tabs on things, and we will update you when we can tonight. But tomorrow on Channel 5 News, we'll break down where your $31 million went and who, including sitting elected officials, got a piece of that pie.
A spike in winter electricity bills now. Biden administration is predicting a 25%.
We're getting to prepare for a spike in utility bills.
Oh.
That was good.
Good. I love Rudy.
Good. He needs to.
I had only 3 days, and then we were all asking people, "All right, guys, we gotta." That was amazing. That was pretty good. That you see, and I told him, I said, "That's the kind of story that's going to grab on to people. That's the kind of stuff that we need. Someone, I
Yes.
hope someone recorded that for me because I go on and post
I
that again.
know. I should have recorded it.
You
Yeah,
should be able to get it off of their
Maybe I
page.
can go back, right? I could
yeah,
rewind
yeah.
it.
We'll get off their page, but it's amazing. And again, guys, good job.
Yes.
They didn't
How
even want
do
to post you.
eh?
They
The
didn't show
bodyguards, the
you.
bodyguards.
Well, and I understand the politics of it all. I'm running for office. They don't want to give, and that's okay. I mean, I completely understand. I don't care. I don't care if I ever get mentioned in anything that any of these people post. I just want the truth to come out.
Mhm.
I want more and more people to know uh, what we've known for a long, long time.
Yeah.
Mhm.
How about they give back what each customer contributed in a form of a check? Yeah, check.
Yeah.
Cut the
100%.
check. How can we ever really trust any elected official? We can't. Reaganomics and impunity go together. And what about it? Huh? 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 The city and county has no more trust from the community. They will constantly be badgered with suspicion every time the city. What would be really funny if they tried to pass the arena again.
I'll,
No.
the hair on the back of my neck will stand up.
Yeah. So the mayor hasn't made a statement. No, just said there's the audit. Grin and bear it. Starting with the damn car wash is something. Someone is money laundering. Yeah. Rudy Mez isn't a journalist. He's not got played many times over. He's making up for it. He did get played, and he realizes it. Did get played. Why isn't the company Tanasca being held for not fulfilling their portion? Because they informed them
Yeah.
that they were not going to be successful.
Hmm. Yeah. And in the audit, they say that they don't owe us anything.
Zip, zero.
Mhm.
If we was the journalists, we wouldn't just be informing from one source just to keep the sponsor sales coming. Yes, if the car washers don't complain next to higher water bills due to the next water increase, then they're doing the shady business regardless of the price increase. 100%. Oh yeah, Trey, nice of you to join us. You gonna say something about your constituents getting stolen from or nah? Yes, Trey. Love you, Trey. Not. Pobre Gilbert. Era buena gente. Do you really believe those people will be punished in any retaliation? In any retaliation to the Fajita Bandit? No. We need to hold the mayor and the county judge and any other political officials accountable for blocking us from commenting on public social media pages. Illegal, 100%. Se enojaron porque critiqué los 31 millones que serán invertidos en el zoológico de Brownsville. Tienen tantas deficiencias la ciudad, 100%. You all have rats all over. PUB, City of Brownsville, BISD, Al Alva. Yep. How long will it take for the DA and the FBI to get involved? I'm hoping that they're already involved. How much evidence do they need? How much more evidence they need? 100%. They lied because they had already sold out. They were already been purchased, so they need to keep it in the facade. PUB bookkeepers are extremely busy hiding numbers, padding up numbers elsewhere. I wouldn't doubt the possibility, whether by the force or threat or willing participation. We can't get a check because the money is gone. I don't care where
Better
they
look
get.
for it.
Yeah, I don't care where they get the damn money. Bitch better have my money. What are your thoughts, ladies, about Cameron County Judge Eddie Trevino go to prison?
I hope so.
Screw that guy. We need competitive companies. Yes. Look at how PubCat got started and got what reason, and notice the point of influence hiring the public members. Extremely disappointed about our county judge. Hell yeah, bitch. I agree that some people may be intimidated. I had 3 security guards approach me and ask what I needed. I was going in for the meeting. You should have told him, bitch, better have my money. I'm going to coin that phrase. Especially the illegal residents, they wish to vote more than anyone. They work and pay taxes just like anyone else. They should be allowed to vote. They pay their dues. They need to become citizens. You would think all the
Call
wind.
Carlos Taboada.
Call Carlos Tawada. He'll help you with the citizenship. With the wild turbines around Brownsville, pretty much free power. Our bills would be going down in time. What's up with that? Nada. Oh my God, got so many comments, guys. I am going to apologize. I cannot get to all of them tonight. Oh my
Thank you,
Lord,
though, for commenting.
Yes.
guys, thank y'all so much. It was an amazing report. Emphasis placed in all the right areas, guys. Uh, Sorry, I cannot get through all the comments tonight. I apologize. It's just too many, and tomorrow we'll do our best to go through all of them. I want to go see the report that Channel 5 put out. If someone has a copy of it or recorded it, please send it my way so I can post. Good job, Channel 5. And
I can record it.
cool, record it with a good sound.
I'm going back.
Good job, Susan and Kayla. Good job. And good job
Yes.
to everyone out there. Mary Helen Flores, thank you. Great job. And one of the things that I made mention to the Sierra Club people, who I haven't had a great relationship with because God only knows why. I don't care. It is time for this community to unite. You're not a Democrat. You're not a Republican. You're not a tree hugger. You're not an LNG supporter. You're not a SpaceX hater or lover. You're not nothing. You are a member of this community,
Mhm.
and you should be as outraged, as disgusted as we are,
Yes.
equally. And it's time to unite. It's time to stand together. We have to vote the incumbents out.
Mhm.
Every single one. You have to become a part of the electoral process. You have to take other people out there to vote. We have to demand that the city charter be changed. And I mentioned that before the other because that is the next meeting that is coming up on October the 18th.
Mhm.
City charter needs to be changed. We need to demand that PUB return the $118 million. Bitch better have my money.
Mhm.
Thank you, guys. Guys,
Good
have a
night.
great evening.
Bye.
Again, great job, guys. Guys, have a great evening. Social distance, face covering, hand sanitizer, still being all that crap. Guys, be good to each other. Continue to be good to me. See you tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock in the morning. God bless.
Bye.